Hi everyone, I'm Jessica Ayla with the PCS by Vets Real Estate Team. And as promised, I'm here today so we can talk about our property taxes. I did have a meeting today, a great meeting with the Chief Deputy Assessor, and he was at our Pikes Peak Association of Realtors where he put on a great presentation explaining what's going on, and it gave us the ability to ask a ton of questions. This is wonderful. This is what PCS by Vets is all about. We just want to take a ton of education and learn as much as we can so we can best serve you. I'll do a disclaimer that I am not a tax professional by any means, but I'm here to help you out and explain everything that was told to me. And I have a bunch of graphs. There's going to be a lot of pictures going up on this video to hopefully help everyone understand what's going on. Okay, so let's get started with the notice of value. That is the NOV assessment form that has been sent out to everybody. They were mailed out on May 1st. If you have not received it, don't worry. All you need to do is just go to the El Paso County Tax Assessor's site, go to the tab section that says property, go ahead and put in your address, and then it'll show you all the information about your property. So this NOV will show you the prior actual value, the current actual value, and the net change amount. The assessor's office provides the current year tax amounts along with an estimate of the probable 2023 property taxes. But remember, we don't pay those until 2024 because all the property taxes are paid in the rear. So I know this gets really confusing, but something that everyone needs to remember is that under Colorado law, all real property, so including land, buildings, any type of improvements, they must be reappraised every 2 years. So the assessor's office studies the sales of properties that sold within a 24-month period from June 30th to 2 years after. And that is where they're getting these values at. So everything that you're looking at is from June 30th, 2020 to June 30th of 2022. So I'm going to show you guys on this graph that you can kind of see how everything is just going up. If you weren't here during that time, just let me tell you how crazy it was in the real estate world. We just inflated like crazy. It was terrible. I mean, it was great for sellers, but for buyers, they were having to offer tens of thousands of dollars over asking price. I was offering my firstborn child and my kidney just to get my buyer's offer accepted. It was crazy during that time. So our numbers and our values inflated like crazy during this time. But if you look on this chart, I want everyone to see now you can contest this and you can fight this, but it's important to realize that on this chart, you can submit value and show comps going all the way back to June 30th, 2020. But now then what the assessor's office will do is that they are going to do a time adjustment and they are going to charge and put a percentage on there. So submitting those older comps, some of you guys have already asked me for those, but submitting those older comps will not work because they will add on a percentage. And right now it's averaging 1 to 1.5% on that time period. So it's best, we need to try to find comps as best as we can right near June 30th, 2022 in that cutoff period, because that is going to be the most accurate and that's what's going to help you the most. If you are concerned at all about the valuation that came out on your property, please reach out to myself and my team. We are happy to do a market report and walk you through the process and let you know what's going on and see if maybe an appeal is the best option for you. But I do want to let you guys know something first. Something I really want you to do before we get started with the appeal process is that you need to go to the El Paso County Tax Assessor's website and you need to verify all of the specifications of your property, because something I'm starting to see a lot of are discrepancies and errors. So right now, for some of you, it could actually be in your favor. And giving you an example, let's say that you went and you guys finished your basement You went and you pulled a permit at the building department site, you finalized it, you did everything that you were supposed to do. But the building department did not report it to the assessor's office. So technically the assessor shows that your basement is not finished even though it is. So if we go ahead and we do the appeal, your value will not increase instantly based on the appeal now that they have the correct information, not for 2022. But according to the chief deputy assessor, he did tell me that it won't be for this set of evaluations, but it will be likely on next year, depending on where our market is. Right now, you know, the market's really weird. We increased and now we're kind of like going back down again. It's just, the market's hard to say, but it's tough seeing these evaluations after we had such a huge boom and then we started going down because of interest rates going up and everything that's been happening to the market. So that's a decision first that you guys need to make, and something I need you guys to check on first is just make sure that your data is correct. Now, something else to also just keep in mind is that when the assessor assesses your home, it is not like an appraiser coming into your home or myself as a realtor coming in, looking at all the details, looking at all the upgrades that you've done to your home. It's not like that. Remember, they are doing valuations on hundreds of thousands of homes. So they are focused more on the square footage, the location, year of built, layout of the home, those types of details. They're not looking actually at, you know, all the little specifications that myself or an appraiser would look at when we come into your home. So more than likely, the value could actually be correct. If you're interested in the appeal, let's talk about that if it works for you. If you want to appeal, if you decide that you want to go ahead and file the appeal, you need to do that prior to June 8th. And that is the deadline for filing the appeal. It's easier just to do it online. I would do it online instead of doing it by mail. Then you run into problems with things getting lost or people never receiving it. It's just easier to do it online. Do not do it though online until you have all of your evidence collected, because you need to attach that with your appeal. So we will give you the market report that you can attach, as well as some other evidence that I just asked about today that I discovered yesterday. There was 2 properties, exactly the same model, exactly the same model, square footage, year built, same neighborhood, but yet they were appraised $40,000 apart. Don't know why, but when I talked to the chief assessor today, he said that we can most certainly use that and say like, hey, how come this house was appraised $40,000 below mine? So that can definitely help. If you should get a decision back prior to June 30th. I know they are getting blown up probably with appeals, but you should have a decision by then. If you still disagree with their decision, you can appeal that. And then that just has to be done prior to July 15th if you want to appeal their decision. If you think there's a possibility that you can qualify for the veteran or senior citizen reduction on your property taxes, feel free to reach out to us or go to the El Paso County website. All the information is on there, or we can help walk you through it. I've done it myself for the veteran. Just remember that neither one is an overall exemption on your taxes. It's just a reduction, but something's better than nothing. The other thing I wanted to bring up and let you guys know that I wanted to talk about is just that based on the mill levy of how we are being taxed. So the average mill levy in El Paso County is 80. And when I was there, the chief assessor, he happened to specifically bring this up that really got me thinking. He said that if you live in a metropolitan district, some of those metropolitan districts have pretty elevated mill levies of what they're charging, and that really plays into account of what you're paying on your taxes. So for example, I live in the Waterview Metropolitan District. I called the tax assessor's office today to find out what my mill levy is. So with 80 being the normal of the count, or the average of the county, mine is 117.908. So you can look here on this chart, and this gives you an idea of what we're paying and how much that could potentially save us. So he really did make that statement, just saying, like, make sure that you're talking with your board and maybe seeing if there's some leeway there of how to get those mill levy rates down, because that can really save homeowners a good amount of money. I also wanted to let you know that they did put out that taxes are also going up on rental properties, not just short-term rentals, but long-term rentals as well. So if you're military and you've PCS'd and you've moved away and now you've turned your property into a rental, your taxes are going to be higher, unfortunately, as well. Okay, guys, that about wraps it up. I hope that that was helpful. Like I said, we're not tax professionals, but I hope that helps. I hope that makes sense. Hopefully, we're trying to simplify the process for you. Like I said, if you need help, please reach out. We're happy to help you. We just ask for a little bit of grace. We are getting dozens and dozens of people that are feeling that same pressure just like you, and we're doing our very best to help everybody. But we really look forward to hearing from you. Feel free to call, email, Facebook Messenger, whatever works best for you. But we look forward to hearing from you, and we hope this was helpful. I'm Jessica Ayla with PCS by Vets, and have a blessed day.